live, man. We on 2/5, man. When was the last time we been on 2/5 and filming, man?
Pre-COVID.
I want to wait till people come in. I want to,
right?
yeah, definitely pre-COVID. And we never went live on the because I'm on my phone right now, family.
Yeah, you were usually filming.
Just film it. This is the camera. I usually just film it, but I'm actually live right now. Family, let me know if y'all can hear me. Shock Rock King.
Sideways?
Let me know what you said.
Sideways, how that work? Because
You
I'm
want-
looking at it, it's straight. See if it changes.
They said orientation is locked.
Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah, they said. All right, we good. Okay, because I got this microphone right here.
Mic check,
I
1
just
2
wanna
1
know if
2.
it's good because last
Check,
time
1 2
I ain't
1 2.
have it. Y'all said y'all can hear me, so I just want to make sure we good. But I guess we good. Red man, listen. DMX. Oh, I'll be the best.
Where's my dog?
Yo, I don't even know where to start, bro. This is because so many questions and thoughts I got on my mind. The first thing that came to my mind, I don't even know if I want to start out like that, was the Prince Phillips dude that just died. But I ain't even gonna start out like that. I'm gonna say that, family. But yo, talk to me about the impact. Your thoughts on DMX and what he meant for the culture, my brother.
Well,
Thank you for the donation, Anthony.
when we talking about my good brother Earl Simmons, right? AKA,
We in 125th in Harlem, yo, by the way.
Yeah, 2/5.
Yeah.
All right. AKA DMX, AKA Darkman X. First and foremost, I just want to say rise in power to that mighty brother, you know what I mean? That troubled spirit, you know, that wounded warrior, that transparent artist, one of the most transparent artists in our generation, you know. He was mysterious, yet he was very transparent, if that makes any sense. He had a lot of mystique to him. You know, he was like Omar on the Wire, you know what I mean? The dude that pops up with the dogs and whatnot, dressed in black. But when he got on that mic, as the poet that he is, you know, he was able to fully articulate himself. He was able to fully articulate his issues, his problems. He was able to fully, you know, reveal himself in a way that women often say that men are not emotional, men are not open, men do not reveal themselves, men do not let them in and whatnot. He was very honest. He was raw, you know, what these bitches want, shit like that. He was very raw with it, you know, and that's something that the women said that they like as well. You know, they like a man that's raw and direct who could, you know, thug them out. They said that they wanted a roughneck, didn't they? And, you know, he represents an archetype. You dig what I'm saying? He wasn't an anomaly unto himself. He represents an archetype. I see DMX in the faces of many of the brothers and sisters that walk up and down 2/5, Brooklyn, Atlanta, and other places. You know, those people who've been through what is called thug life. When I think about DMX, I think about the hate you gave little infants fucks everyone's. I think about thug life when I see DMX, more so than when I see Tupac. Tupac onboarded that, but Tupac was a thespian. Tupac was raised up in a way that where his mama was there, in a sense. Tupac mama loved him, Afeni Shakur. You know, he had his issues and whatnot, but he was sheltered and whatnot. DMX on the other side, he was not sheltered. You know what I mean? He was abused. He did go through more abuse than that. He was in the child services and what
You
child
see how
care
he got
services.
tricked into doing crack? That interview he
Right,
talked
that's
about?
what I'm saying. He got tricked into doing crack at 14 by one of his mentors. The hate you gave little infants fucks everyone. When we look around and we see what our community has turned into, when we look around and we see the brothers and sisters and the way that they treat each other, when we see the sisters who, you know, have been, you know, they haven't blossomed like the flowers that they have supposed to because of abuse, because of the hate, because of somebody hurting them. The hate you give little infants fucks everyone's. It causes people to walk around, you know, with ice grills and whatnot. It causes people to walk around and get into things like robbing people and you know, ice grilling and fuck is you looking at all of that stuff. It makes the sisters and whatnot, you know, develop, you know, a disdain for the opposite race and shit like the opposite gender and things like of that nature. It has people do things and live a certain type of way that they might necessarily would not have lived if they were cared for, not abused, not traumatized, not put into perpetual pain by what people have done to them. That's what that man represented. The fact that he was chasing his demons, the fact that he was fighting his demons, the fact that he was, he was very well balanced. He had a dualistic nature. You know what I mean? He practiced what they call duplicity. He talked out of both sides of his neck sometimes. He would pray, let us pray.
Yes.
But when you listen to the prayer for everybody that's so highfalutin and whatnot and spiritual that they can't give any props to brothers and sisters that still choose to be what is known as religious and whatnot. When you listen to the prayer and when you break it down, especially as you get in your conscious state where you're more aware, go back and listen to the prayers and understand what it is that he's saying and who he's and why he's and what he's saying and the context in which he's saying it. Right? He was struggling. He was hurting, but he was also saying, I want to do good, I want to be good, I want to live righteously, but here it is, I'm a fallen angel in this world in Malkuth. So the swords are going to come out when they have to. And if my ribs is touching, I'm going to have to bite a nigga in order to eat. You know what I mean? Because he was well known even before he got signed to his record deal. He was an Omar type, right? And out there where he lived, he was an Omar type where when he popped up, you knew that some shit was about to go down because that's how he was carried. That's how he was moving.
Nah, indeed, man. Yo, he definitely, I never forget when he came in the game, how much he impacted the game, how much he changed the culture. Hip-hop was kind of different. It was shiny suits, if I remember correctly.
It was pretty.
It was real pretty before he came around.
I was murder. P. Diddy made
P. Diddy did it for the city, did it for the, what he said?
It was on a cusp of what is known as the tunnel era. The tunnel era was ushered in by the bad boy movement and whatnot. The tunnel era was ushered in by, not just Bad Boy alone, it was ushered in by multiple artists and whatnot. But Bad Boy was one of the shining examples of the tunnel era. Mace, Diddy, Biggie, you know what I mean? The Locks, remember all about the Benjamins? Remember how long that shit had to run? DJ Clue in the mixtape era kind of broke DMX, right? People don't give DJ Clue his props. DJ Clue in the mixtape era. You have SNS, you have Doo-Wop, but Cluminati, that was that shit right there, right? He replaced the A&R. Keep in mind, they lost the A&Rs after the mixtape era. No more A&Rs because the mixtapes were like A&Rs and whatnot. So when he came out with Get At Me Dog, but before Get At Me Dog, he had this shit with the Locks. What was the name of that? Nah,
so DMX had something with the Locks. Yeah, I don't remember.
Beat him something with the aluminum bats. Mace was on it. Mace was on the freestyle, not as Murder Mace. So that was an underground buzzer. Then Get At Me Dog came out. Now keep in mind, Get At Me Dog comes out after we lose Biggie in '97. We lose Tupac in '96. We lose Biggie in '97. Jay-Z takes over. Mace takes over, and Mace is over Jay-Z in terms of the wave and whatnot, right? So Harlem niggas is being Harlem niggas. They on their pretty shit. It's all about they in the club. The whole hip hop turns into a club scene. You know what I mean? It's turning into club music and whatnot. And then DMX comes with the gritty shit.
Gritty shit, right.
The shit that Wu-Tang was trying to hold on to.
Right.
So when Biggie leaves, there's a vacuum. Jay-Z comes out, the city is mine. You know what I mean? And other things and whatnot. And he's trying to fill in a huge shoe that he couldn't fit in at first. Could not fill in Biggie's shoes at first. But he was trying his damnedest to keep the motherfucking flames lit. And then my guy DMX came with that gritty shit. His music was for stick-up kids.
It's facts.
You know what I'm talking about? His music was for stick-up kids. His music was for the shooters. His music was for niggas who didn't want to get pretty. You know what I mean? That alpha energy. Niggas had their shirts off with bandanas with dogs and chains and you know what I mean? They didn't care if they with their shirt matched with their motherfucking shoes. The Timbs was scuffed. Like Phil Valentine said, when you get to a point where niggas is being, where your construction Timbs couldn't get a scuff on them, then you knew that you was going in the wrong direction. Niggas is throwing away construction boots if they got a scratch on them. How about that? To put things into context.
Oh, man.
How far niggas have come, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? So, he represented the gritty. He represented the rough around the edges. There's more of them in New York than it is pretty niggas. There's more of them in New York than there are big willies and ballers and whatnot. There's more of them in New York, so he spoke to a demographics. They was out of town. They was upstate New York. They was down south. They was in Cali. They was in Canada. They was all over. Why this man is a global phenomenon. Yeah.
A lot of people saying what you was talking about earlier, as far as guys, what you want to.
How do they like DMX in Africa?
Yo, everybody know DMX, man.
Do they know? They think he Tupac, or they know who he is?
They know who he is.
What part of Africa is this? What part?
Ghana.
Ghana? Yeah. So they know about DMX in Ghana.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. Oh man, dope.
Yo, right?
Yo.
There's a handful of rappers who have achieved, iconic status on a global scale. You feel me? On a global scale, and Darkman X, for what it's worth, was able to, he's in that pantheon of globally accepted, you know what I'm saying, hip hop artists whose persona, and he's an archetype. People mimic themselves. They live vicariously through him. They fashion themselves after him with the growl. You know what I mean? The way that they coming at the yo shorty, yo. It's niggas they was out of town from New York. There was like honor students, and after DMX, them niggas turned into gruffy niggas. Like, yo, I'm saying, son. You know what I mean? I was in Atlanta. I seen all of the clones in the '90s. So
Yeah. Keaton Goldson. I'm gonna get into that a little later.
Oh, you said everybody was saying what, Rich? I'm sorry.
Couple of things. People comment on what I asked you about yesterday and what you was talking about earlier. Everybody saying, yo, was it the COVID vaccine?
Right.
Was it the COVID? What did you hear anything about that?
Right. So this is what I'm gonna say to the family, to be responsible as a journalist. There was a story that came out right before his quote unquote demise that said from the family. It wasn't from, I posted it on my page, but the reliable source would to be, I need to hear from his family just one more time, right? I would love to hear from a family member one more time. The family member that I'm most identifiable with is Swiss Beats and his former wife, the mother of most of his children and whatnot. If they were to come out and say it to solidify it, then hell yeah, that's what we're running with. But the story that's ahead of the fact that he overdosed or he relapsed or this was drug induced was the fact that he took the motherfucking jab because he wanted to get back out there on the road like the majority of our people who are being hoodwinked into taking the jab, right? So what's the count now? We got Marvin Hagler, right?
Yeah, Marvin.
You could knock them down, right? You could knock him down. He was undefeated. No. You got Hank Aaron, the home run king, who endured all kind of racism. He been through all kind of shit. And he got the jab and died. Then you got Darkman X. Even though them drugs was getting at him, look, there's no MC in the rap game that ever came at him. Niggas never washed him up. You feel me? He never got bodied on a song. You feel me? You never seen him getting laid out or anything. But then the COVID vaccine, Bill Gates and Fauci and them, right? Are they responsible? Do they have blood on their hands? So instead of me jumping out the window and saying, yeah, the vax, what I'm saying is to be responsible, I need to hear it from a source. But if that happens to be true, my question to the family would be then what? Is it just enough to say, well, shit, that's why I'm not taking it? No. What are we to do? Because we know that we can't go to the vaccine court and get any justice at this point. What are we to do? They already took out a few of the legends, and niggas is still getting a shot. You still got Morgan Freeman, and there's a whole commercial with mad of these fake-ass Hollywood paid-for, contracted, you know what I mean? Contractual slaves and whatnot, telling you and your mama and your grandfather and your family members that the jab is the best thing that they could do with themselves. So where do we draw the line in the sand? At what point? Who the fuck do we gotta lose? Obama? Who do we gotta lose for niggas to react and get fake outrage and really and make a fuss about this? Because at the end of the day, the vaccine has been taking out more legends than anything. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Yeah, man, it's just like you said, a lot of speculation, and I would love to hear from the family directly again, and to see them speak about it directly, because there was just a recent reporter. You know, a lot of people that come on and say, oh yeah, I just took the jab and I'm happy and I'm proud. Then a week later, boom, they out of here.
Right, the sister.
The jab is so serious, we calling it the jab. But people are getting kicked off for social media for talking about the jab. Rizza Islam got banned.
Right.
From social media because he's outspoken about it.
I ain't never seen them kick nobody off of social media for just lying.
Bro.
Think
like
about that. Nobody gets
literally
kicked off of social media for being a liar.
Do y'all remember when my page got suspended for a week because Phil Valentine talked about the jab?
Right.
Don't even show that because the algorithm gonna pop up.
Right.
The algorithm gonna pop up.
Right.
But that's how y'all know this is a serious agenda happening, family. Cause Shaky, you could do anything.
You could talk about anybody, disrespect people, mamas, anything. World Starage,
Blickies.
everything.
Blickies,
They
you can
throw
do anything.
knives.
You can do anything.
You say the truth, you get banned,
You get banned.
right? It behooves me. So we know what it is. We are better understand what it is. We better understand what's going on. We better understand. Come home too. Come home. And I ain't talking about Hawaii or the Caribbean. Come home.
Come home.
Let Red fill y'all in. Come on.
Noah just told me I gotta leave America. I gotta
I mean, you could
go
be
to
in
Ghana.
America and be somewhere else too. You can be on the continent and be in America.
Where you from, brother? Tell the people where you from. First of all,
I'm
shout out
from
to
Queens.
this is the son. Tell them who your father is, my brother.
So my dad is Dr. Jack
Mike.
Felder. I am Nova Felder, aka also known as Nana Asari. I live part-time in Ghana. I live here in the United States. My mom is from Kenya. So we live all over the world. Why is it? A brother asked me today, my man Anthony behind me, he was surprised to hear that we move back and forth between Ghana and here. And I said, you wouldn't be surprised if I was white living in France and living in America or living in Spain or, right? So we have to get outside of the mindset. So some of these things that we get caught up, the dramas that we get caught up in here is just one drama. America is one country out of 200 countries. We got the whole world as our oyster. And in America, we'll never have black privilege as it is set up now. But when you go home to Africa, you get black privilege. You step off the plane, there's things afforded to you because you're black.
Nova, let me ask you this question now. I seen a video the other day, right? And I think it was a flight going to Nigeria. And it was full of Asians. You seen that video? Bro, I thought they was going big little China's, yo, bro, it was all Asians going to Nigeria. So they feel like the Africans sold Africa to the Chinese, bro. How many Chinese are in Ghana, bro? Come on.
I don't know, nor do I care. I care about how many black folks, Africans, Moors, melanated people that live here in the West are going, whether it's to Ghana, Gambia, Nigeria, Kenya, South Africa to do business. Why are European companies buying oil rights in Africa for $500 million, right? I'm sure 10,000 of us could raise $500 million. We could put a SPAC together. We can put that together. Why are we not making moves like that? So we have to evolve our thinking instead of getting caught up in the rhetoric and all of these popular negative items that pop up on our feeds. Let's be realistic, right? Yeah, it's great, good. We investing, we doing this, we doing that. But who cares what the Chinese are doing? The question is, what are you doing?
Well, we have to care if they colonize it
and
and they.
I'm saying, I'm an average person. I don't got time to deal with the politics of the China, what they dealing with the Ghanaian government, with the Nigerian government. What I'm concerned about is our brothers and sisters that are on the ground on the continent. That's why I became Nana, to help my people in America and on the continent. So what I'm just saying is, let's not get caught up in the rhetoric.
Yeah.
Let's get caught up in doing, and let's get on a plane and take our asses somewhere and go do something, because we can be done. That's
Yes,
what
sir.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
And you was telling me you got land out there too.
Oh yeah,
Beautiful.
I got 2.5 acres in a place in Eastern region in a town called Jakiti. But also there's free land programs. You have the Asebu project. Shout out to my brother Steve Coakley Jr. He has land out there, free in the sense that the kings have given that land for only diasporans. Nobody else can buy that land, right? And you just have to pay for your paperwork. So there's multiple projects like that. There's at least 3 that I know of in Ghana alone. I'm sure Nigeria has things like that. I'm sure Senegal and other countries in West Africa, like the Gambia and Sierra Leone, does too. You just have to investigate and get with the right people and make your move. Like, why, if you're 30 years old, yeah, oh, that's a whole nother story. If you're 30 years old, why should you just retire in South Carolina or Florida or the Caribbean? You can go buy something and buy 10 acres and build. Yo, we got customers. We'll be back.
Yo, good building with you, my brother. That's brother Nova, the legend. Had to get that brother on camera real quick. So we out here on 25th. Let's talk to the
25th is lit.
let's talk to the people if they not scared. You know,
You want to share with us real quick? We
your
doing a
thoughts
live.
on DMX and what he meant for the culture. You want to talk to us real quick, brother?
I was just driving down here 3 hours, and that's all I was playing.
Put it right closer.
And I was explaining to my friend in the car, my female friend, that she don't understand how influential this man was. How he really had people out here bugging, like really living the life that he was portraying on them songs.
Yeah.
But 50 is not old, but it ain't young neither. And he should have been still around, adding on instead of, you know what I'm saying? But it's crazy.
Indeed. I appreciate it, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you, my brother.
sir.
Let's get a couple of more opinions, Red,
Let's walk around.
from the people out here. Let me see you exactly. Your brothers, can y'all share a few words from us if y'all about DMX? If y'all anything you want to share? We on YouTube right now.
That's what's up.
We in Harlem. Go ahead.
DMX was a god, man. He just represented struggle, represented anybody got dual energies. Like humans, most humans got dual energies. He was a poet. He was the streets poet, man. We're gonna miss DMX, man. He was a real legend, man.
I appreciate it, brother. Thank you, brother. All right, let me ask this dude right here. Hey, you know who DMX is? Do you know who DMX is? I can't hear you. What'd you say?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you can't.
wanna
You don't know who
share with us
DMX
about
is.
DMX real quick?
Let me.
Look, we got this
Yeah.
brother
All right, go
here.
ahead.
Yeah, of course, man. I love his music. You
Right.
know, and I met DMX 2 years ago on 135th Street by the Jamaican spot.
Right.
And it looked like, he was right, and I was waiting for him to drop his next album. And then when I heard this, everybody's saying that, they killed him. Because if you go back and listen to all his music, and he did it like a seminar, and he spoke about it, the industry, hard.
Industry, yeah.
Thank
At Def Jam.
Yeah.
Come over here. Come over here.
Definitely.
You know?
I want to get some sisters. I want to get the sisters, the queens.
Yeah.
I want to get some
What
of
the
the queens.
sisters
up in.
want from a king?
Sis, could you? Oh,
Nah,
she
I got it.
she
I got it. Let's. I got it.
Okay. Yeah, we out here on 25th family. This is 125th. I just want to get some of the,
We
the
gonna
coaches,
get-
the
we gonna get
family's
some,
opinion
insight.
about DMX and his impact on the culture.
All right.
Peace, y'all. All right. Yeah, but we out here on 125th, front of the Apollo. If y'all out of town, this is the famous Apollo Theater right there. The famous
Yep.
Apollo Theater. Black man.
They
Black
out
man.
here getting their money.
Black man out. Black man got his
Hustlers gonna
headphones
hustle.
on. So Red, before we get to the next person,
Yes, sir.
in terms of DMX and the culture and where we're at now, what was his energy? What was it? I'm trying to phrase this the right way.
Right. You the god of questions.
Some
Give your
people,
time.
yeah, some people will say, was it? And I hate the phrase, so I hate to use it. But did it remind you? Was it toxic at all? Toxic masculinity at all? The way in which he showcased his energy, was it? You know what I'm saying? Like people might because of the Drake era and he made a comment about Drake and the Drake era and where we're at now and how everybody rhyming, how everybody act. He was the complete opposite of that. So do you think we went from one extreme to the next, or like what do you think? Because I love his energy. I didn't take it all word for word, but I loved it. But what was your thoughts on it, my brother?
I would say that what DMX represented, right, was more honesty than I hear from the rappers of today. They're not giving you both sides of the story.
Okay,
they're not giving you, you know, they're not telling you the pros and the cons. You know, if you really listen to the music, he's not advocating like he's invincible. He's not advocating like this is the way to live. He's explaining to you that people who are living this life do have a dark side. They do have an entity that is basically, you know, aligned. You know, they have sold themselves to the highest bidder. You know, they're trying to get out of a contract that they may have signed up for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it came to the ladies and whatnot, there's a few songs that I've listened to. What These Bitches Want. That's very raunchy, you know, but he's being very honest. You know what I mean? What he say? I gave you, you gave me. You know, he's telling them, I'm not leaving my wife. This is a one-night stand. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. I'm going to take care. I'm going to get you where you got to go. Get me where I got to go. What you want? You know what I mean? I'm not here for the lovey-dovey.
Yeah.
You know, there's a song with Faith. You know what I mean? There's a song that he shot right in front of the Mart.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
so
facts.
many games being played. Man,
how's it going down? With Eve.
Down. Then there's a song where he talked about all the shorties he hit. There was Keisha, Talisha, Rhonda.
I think that's what these bitches want from a nigga.
Nah. Is it?
I think that's with Cisco.
Okay, yeah.
With Cisco, with Cisco, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, peace, God. So compared to Lil Wayne or compared to some of the mumble rappers and things of that nature, I won't call them toxic because toxic masculinity means that you're not taking any type of, responsibility whatsoever in your actions.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you just thrashing women and you just, talking super crazy. And I don't feel that that's necessarily what it is. What I'm saying, it wouldn't be in his nature to be like a Drake, right? It wouldn't be in his nature to shoot at the shorties the way that Drake is shooting at him. He represented a certain archetype in a certain time period. Keep that in mind. You know what I mean? He's an anomaly in today's world. He's a dinosaur in today's world. People of his energy and his ilk. Can I ask you about DMX real quick, sis? If you don't mind? They shy. A brother of his ilk and his type of pedigree and his stock.
Sis, can I ask you a question about DMX real quick? Everybody got on their headphones. They can't hear us. Everybody got on their headphones.
So a brother of his stock and his ilk and his pedigree, they don't even fit in today's society like that. They're considered dinosaurs. You know what I mean?
Okay.
They're considered dinosaurs. They're anomalies.
Right.
But in his day and time, when he came out, he represented a lot of people. But those people are not really with us anymore.
I'm gonna call you and come out.
I'll be here. All right, sis.
Sis, can I ask you a question about DMX real quick? We just doing a quick thing about DMX. Memorial for him.
Okay. All right, sis. All right. No problem.
Peace. How you doing? Can I ask you a question, sis?
About DMX. It's about DMX.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all right. I don't want to, because the people going.
I hand you the right now. Ask her. She don't want to be on camera, but she can talk.
All right.
How you doing?
The queen don't want to be on camera. We're gonna respect that. But could you tell us your opinion about DMX and what he meant for the culture, good or bad, whatever?
It was excellent for the culture, and I feel that he was gypped by the culture. I felt like people took advantage of him by his talent, and they allowed a lot to happen to him. But now, people are recognized more in death. So people will now start to embrace all that he was saying and all that he was doing. So maybe his impact will be greater in death.
Do you think it's a problem with our culture appreciating people once they're deceased instead of them being alive?
It's a huge problem.
It's a human problem.
Yeah, because it's terrible now. Like, we got to change it. Everything y'all talking about what was happening to him when he was a child. We knew what happened to him when he was a child, and we didn't care then.
Right then. Woo. Okay. It's just
So
dropping
now,
it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just it's horrible.
Right.
So-
I call it thug life. The hate you gave little infants fucks everyone.
Right.
So what he
Yeah.
threw back at us
This,
is something that we have to accept it as a society, because when he was
all
going
right.
through what he was
Let me
going
let the
through-
sister go. I don't want to hold her too long though. I appreciate your time though, sis.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
want.
Yeah,
I know
thank you.
Appreciate
Okay.
you, sis.
All right,
It's
sis.
always
Take
for you.
it.
I'm probably
Yeah.
going to start listening
Yeah.
to you.
No doubt.
Thank you,
Appreciate
sis. Thank you.
Just like she said, the hate you gave little infants fucks everybody. It would be almost bougie of me. It would be remissive of me to sit here and try to throw that man under the bus and try to dig into his flaws when we all got flaws. It would be almost real fugazi of me, non-fungible of me, to be like, yo, this man was an addict and whatnot, and he was this kind of fiend and whatnot. When you think about it, everybody's an addict to something. Everybody's
Food. A lot of
fiend
people addict to
something.
food. Yeah. I get. Yeah.
Everybody have a vice. You understand? Some people is addicted to sex. Some people is addicted to food. Some people are addicted to trauma porn. Some people are addicted to a lot of things, bro. So to point and pinpoint him, because at least this man was attempting to change his situation and his condition. Although that monkey on his back was a real, that shit was something that was on him.
Exactly. No.
But listen to his music. For everybody that's pointing out how much of a fiend he was, did he talk about selling drugs?
No.
Did any of his hooks advocate using drugs?
No.
Does he have any drug anthems?
No. That's key. Yo, Red. That's so key.
Right?
Despite what he been through.
Despite what he's been through,
He's
whereas you have a brother like Future who said he don't do the shit, and that's what he rap about. 50 Cent don't drink and smoke, yet and still that's what he rapping about. So when you think about it,
Damn. That's a good point, Red.
right,
That's a great point, Red.
right, with everything that he's been through,
That's a great point.
and all of the time, cause I'm like, yo,
Can I ask y'all a question about DMX real quick? No? Okay. All right. Yeah, man.
nah, we might as well give up on that, cause you know the
I think because of COVID, people don't want to,
man,
people ain't as
shit
open.
different out here.
It's a little different out here. You can't get somebody just to talk because of the fear of, whatever that
Yeah,
fear
man.
is.
Yeah.
But we out here, family. But yo, that was a great ass point, Ray.
Yeah,
That
You
was
know
a
what I mean?
great. I never thought about it from that angle.
that's toxic. If you want to really think
Then
about
that's
it, that's
toxic.
toxic.
Right.
What they're telling people, Molly Percocet, putting them on opium, putting them on a lean and whatnot, that's toxic. Putting shorties talking about hitting lines and whatnot, that's toxic. You feel me? I don't necessarily, these artists, the younger artists, haven't even entered the phase of transparency to where they're being open with their struggle and shit like that. These little niggas is acting like they're invincible. Like nothing could stop them. You know what I mean? They could get on 20 Xans and just be all right, or perks. And that's not, we know that that's not. Look, they giving out fake perkies in the hood. These little niggas is ODing, bro. At a young age, teenagers are ODing, bro. Off of lace drugs. They cutting
With
they
fentanyl and
the
shit.
Fetty and whatnot.
Yeah.
They cutting shit with Fetty, and they got people ODing in the hood. Flatlining.
Yeah.
So, sis, real quick, we doing an interview about DMX. Can I get your insight? Just
Real
one
quick.
minute.
Okay.
Okay, go get the little man, no doubt. She hit us with that. I gotta go get my son. You
Can't
slow.
dispute
Yeah, you
that.
You can't dispute
You
that.
can't dispute that. Shout out to all the mothers out there.
Yeah, shout
Mother's
out to the
Day is
mamas
coming
and
up.
Whatnot. So, if somebody were to be like, "Is this music to raise my child on?" No, everything is not for your child. As a parent, know discernment. You know what I mean? You a grown ass parent. It's and to be honest with you, this is childhood. He's part of our childhood. Music is a time machine, right? Music, when I'm listening to old DMX songs, I'm putting myself where I was when I heard it. We're attached to the music based off of our experiences in that time and whatnot. The music is the time machine. So how you gonna throw the artist? How you gonna throw the music away? You gonna throw your memories away? You gonna throw the times that you lived and whatnot? All of us, none of us are perfect. We all are fallible. We were influenced by music. We were influenced by the culture. We were influenced by our surroundings. But goddamn it, we here right now. So it ain't time to cry over spilt milk and start pointing fingers and blaming people for the choices that you may have made in life and whatnot. He represented a certain type of soundtrack. And if the soundtrack wasn't real, I would be like, that nigga was cap. But the soundtrack was real. He represented a day and time where it was really real out here. It's different now. It's different now. That aggressiveness and that alpha nature that he pushed and whatnot. These niggas is beta out here. It's different. Shit, they zeta. You know what I mean? So they would not. Yeah.
Do you think DMX in his prime, like say DMX was 20 something years old in 2021, could he be as big of an artist in 2021 as he was in 1999 because of
drilling?
If he was drilling. But
look at Pop Smoke. Similar type of the voice, right? Yeah. Everybody talks about the voice, right? He had that voice that turned the ladies on, right? And that's important, right? That's important. Okay? The ladies love DMX.
Right.
The ladies love Pop. You feel me? The ladies love the 50 Cent and whatnot. You know, so that voice, that aggressive nature and whatnot, yeah, he could have made it. It just would have been a different type of cadence and, you know, a different type of flow. You know what I'm talking about? Because the flows have changed. But if Pop made it, how you doing? If Pop made it, why he couldn't? It's you know,
right.
It's aggressive street rap.
Definitely.
Grittiness.
Man. I mean, wow, it feels good to be back here on 125th, family. Mm-hmm. It feels real good to be out here. I know y'all feel the energy through the camera. We in Harlem, across the street from the world famous Apollo Theater.
Yeah.
Another thing I want to ask you about, Red, I remember distinctly Panic and I think Brother Bobby Hemmett talking about how when and I'm misquoting, I'm not saying exactly how they said it
verbatim,
but when they do their rituals, right, and one of these high profile whoever, you know, about to die, crackers is about to die,
right,
they want them to go with a high profile melanated being so that individual could ride the melanated being's energy and get to where they got to get to. So little to be now, they've been saying this for years, bro. So here we have DMX on life support for days. That out of nowhere, coincidentally,
right,
he passes away the same day.
Right.
What's his dude, Prince? The fake Prince?
Philip. On April 9th.
The fake Prince Philip dies.
On April 9th at 99 years old. Right? On April 9th at 99 years old. And they said it's 99 days into the year. So real heavy on the nines and whatnot. And I'm sorry, Blue, but I gotta run with this cloth. I didn't even get into this. Yesterday was Lil Nas X's birthday. Oh, we gotta talk about this.
Lil Nas X.
Lil Nas X's birthday was on the 9th, yesterday, right? Here, you have a avowed Satanist, right? And not the type of Satanist that Bobby taught us about, right? Not Saturn.
Yeah, let's get that up.
Let's distinguish the difference. I'm talking about a buck broken Satanist. Those are different. You know what I mean? I'm talking about completely, your soul is completely sold. I mean, there's nothing left. You will do anything for the other side. You will do anything for fame and attention and clout and all kind of shit. I mean, the lowest of the lowest. Embracing, he's giving Satan a lap dance and selling, you know, blood in the Nikes, right? Embracing the concept of devil worship, right? Or entity worship, I would call it. Because I don't, you know, whatever, you know, the whole devil thing. Entity worship, egregor worship, right? Crowleyism type shit, right? You know, he's probably in all kind of, you know, sexual deviant circles when they doing all kind of stuff to the young man. He's not being transparent about it. He's not talking about he's not necessarily dealing with the fight, right? And then you have a brother like DMX, the big X, right? There's little X, and then big X represents what? Somebody who made a decision in life based off of their circumstances and whatnot, poverty, abuse, and trauma, and things of that nature. And he made a decision in life, right, to live a certain type of way. And he also has an addiction to deal with, but he's still fighting through that at the end of the day. And he's being transparent. He's calling for help. And he's like, I need help. I need to, you know what I mean? Like, I need to get this shit off of me. I'm not going to embrace it. Let us pray. Right? So look at the differences in the messages that both of them may be sending. You feel what I'm saying?
Facts.
You never seen DMX buck broken. You never seen DMX in a compromised position. He stayed with that alpha energy. He's a wounded warrior. If you don't know what a wounded warrior is, you need to go and check that out.
Red, you coming with it today,
He's
Red.
a wounded warrior. Everybody
today,
wants their warriors to be Jesus-like. That's not how it works, my friend. It's a wounded warrior. If you niggas ever been to war, you would understand the warriors are fallible and whatnot. They're not perfect, and they have demons that they struggle with. Motherfuckers can't even sleep in the barracks. Woo.
Let this ambulance go by so the family can hear us. Let this ambulance. It's so crowded.
You got that on you?
See, they gotta move, but they don't know how to drive. They won't move. They gotta pass that light. They don't know how to drive out here. All right, go ahead, brother.
Yes.
Yeah.
Young guy.
Young guy.
He grew out of it. I'm gonna give you information. I'm not out here anymore, so I'll send it to you. Okay, reach out. What size is he now?
Oh gosh,
he's like a 7,
an
8.
6 years old. He's like an
Okay,
8. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Peace, it's long.
Peace. How you doing?
Oh my God.
Okay, I got him though.
All right. So good to see you. Okay, peace. Yes.
Yeah. So,
all right.
Wounded warrior. You know, a wounded warrior. Many of our brothers and sisters who we may have adoration for, who stand brave and bold in the face of tyranny and whatnot, who represent the misfits. He represented the misfits. That's why his appeal was so strong. He represents the misfits that are out here, right? Niggas that are not trying to be like you perfect ass niggas. Niggas that are, you know, people who are basically flawed and whatnot, flawed diamonds. You know what I mean? Diamonds with clouds in them. You know what I'm saying? That's what he represented. That's why he was able to connect with so many people, regardless if they were into the music or not. Because remember, his run in the music industry was only a few years, right? When you listen to the essentials of DMX, it's 97 to 2001. It's 2021, 20 years later. He cut his teeth in acting, my niggas. Remember Belly? Remember Romeo Must Die? He has a thespian-like nature, okay? Tupac had a thespian nature. Tupac's music wasn't fully embraced until after his ascension and whatnot. You dig what I'm saying? The younger generation, they never heard of no damn D. They're like, who is that? So now they have an opportunity to tap. And when you listen to the music now, the shit sounds different. It's more palatable.
Can I ask y'all about DMX? Excuse me. Can I ask y'all about DMX on camera real quick? You mind saying a few words? No? Okay. Yeah. But that's yeah. Wow. I forgot he was into the acting like that.
Thespian.
I forgot about that.
Right. They say he took on to the acting like a natural.
Right.
You feel me? Tommy Guns. What Tommy Buns or Tommy
Belly. Yeah, Belly and
nigga,
Belly.
What? He bodied that.
So that was sort of like he had that. So would you say DMX had like that Mike Tyson energy? You see how Mike came in and he was like, he wasn't around too long, but when he came in, it was like a hurricane.
He made an I'm saying impact over everything. What up, my guy?
Good to see you, guys.
Yes.
All
right. You're gonna live long too. Yeah. So I would definitely say he represented that dinosaur. He's a dinosaur, right? The reason why Mike Tyson resonates is because there's not many like him anymore. But when he popped out, there was a whole city full of niggas like that with his energy. But he managed to stick around, and what did he have to do? He had to somewhat adjust. He had to adjust and change in order to stay relevant. So now he's on the podcast. He still have his nature, but he's more subdued and whatnot. I went on YouTube and looked Hot Box DMX, and it never came up. That's who we needed.
Oh shit!
That's who we needed, because what would Mike Tyson have done for DMX? He would have introduced him to the Bufu in the tour, right?
DMX
if anybody could have changed DMX, it would have been a Mike, because they're from the same era. DMX needed somebody who understood him like that.
And that same trauma, I feel.
Right. All day.
Mike done been through some shit, man.
The hate you gave little infants fucks everybody. DMX was 50 years old. His 50 is, I'm saying he's from 70 to 2020. He represents in those 50 years a whole motherfucking age of us. You understand what I'm saying? Remember, the bastards of the party, the latchkey kids, those were the 70s babies. You understand? They were tortured. They were abused. They went through a lot of shit. They came up in the crack era. They came out of the heroin era, and they came into the crack era, and then they came in, and then they matured into the opiates and whatnot. But he represents a whole generation. When were you born, Roy?
October 8th, 1973.
Right. So, to DMX being born in 70,
yeah.
I'm saying that he represents a whole era. The 70s babies, niggas are built different, okay? We built different. I'm 75. We built different. You understand? We've seen a lot. We've been through a lot. We were analog before this shit became digital. You understand? We were here before crack. We know what this shit looked like before the motherfucking crack hit. We was in the crib with the roaches when they was making noise.
Speak on it.
It was so many we was here before the parents got credit cards and shit like that. Shit was not the same. These little niggas that were born into whatever they were born into, they don't know that life. The ones that were born post crack, they don't know the life pre it. So the energy and the way that certain people are moving and whatnot is not that relatable. But we the big homies, so we responsible for all of the generations that came after us. You dig what I'm saying? We are. We supposed to be the ones that give them the insight and help raise them up, because there was old heads that were there for us. But then there was a lot of old heads that turned their backs on us and abandoned us. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Hey, yo, you know what?
Yeah, I just remember. I just remember somebody said Mike J. And both of them died at the age of 50, bro. 50. I didn't even realize that, bro.
50 clip.
I didn't even realize that, man.
Yeah,
that's
50 clip.
That wow. That's.
Look.
We. Oh yeah.
The thing. Rest in peace, X. Yeah, December 18th, 19 Sag, right? Like Jay-Z and Sabi, a Sag. Huge Sag energy piece. If you know anything about Sages, he represented that Sag energy like a mother.
Who, DMX?
What? Very. But then again, if you look at him and Jay, those are two Sages that have different type of the way. Jay was more of an introvert, and he's more of an extrovert. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
In your face, aggressive, alpha. Jay is more silent killer. But then when he get on the mic, he become an extrovert. You know what I mean? That's where his extrovertedness takes place in the booth. You feel me? Peace, God. What's good with you, man? All right, we're doing this interview about DMX. You want to add on anything real quick?
My dog, man.
Huh?
Yeah.
I'm from New Orleans, man.
Oh, that's what I know you guys. We met.
What's
good, man? Yes, sir. So in New Orleans, impact that he had on the brothers that are out there, y'all related to him. Why?
The dude real, man. You know,
Right.
everything he speaking was real. You know, he tell the truth, bro, and
Right.
he real dude, man. He was down there.
Right,
You know,
right.
in his message, bro, everything he said, bro, he
Right.
lived it, you know.
That's right.
And that's we can relate to the street, you know.
Relatable.
Exactly.
Relatable.
Exactly.
Right? Relatable.
I'm on live right now, Facebook.
That's
Live,
right.
bro.
Shout out to
So,
Facebook
for sure.
fam. You know what I mean?
Let the people know New Orleans is what we do.
New Orleans.
Shout out
Shout out
New
to New
Orleans. Shout out
Orleans.
New Orleans.
I was on Canal, and it reminded me of 2/5 back
Yeah,
in the days at
right.
the Essence
Right.
Fifth. That
That's
shit
what I
was
said.
lit.
Just reminded Canal Street.
Right,
bro.
Canal was lit. You know what I mean?
man.
They had them hurricane drinks.
Yeah. You want to shopping, bro.
All right.
I'll let
All right,
y'all
my
be
G.
peace,
Well,
man.
Yes,
I
sir.
still want to
Stay
get
up,
some of these sisters. I'm trying to get some of the sisters out here.
Hold on a second. Let me
Trying
try my
to-
man DMX, man. I got people
Let
to
Roy
ask.
talk real quick.
Yeah, listen, you know, first of all, I'm definitely disappointed at the passing of our good brother, you know, but we want to celebrate the life, the great big moments that he brought us in hip hop, you know what I'm saying? After Tupac Shakur that made his transition, X came on the tail end of that, and at first he caught a lot of he caught a lot of heat because they were saying he was trying to be like Pac. And at one time, I was saying the same thing, you know, because the people, we were still mourning over the loss of Tupac.
Right.
When Tupac passed, man, yo, I cried like a baby. Like, I couldn't even hold it in. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't even hold it in. And then when DMX came, I wasn't really ready to receive a similar spirit like Tupac had just left behind. So, but after a while, you know, we all adjusted, you know, and we kind of got used to what was new, because X was the new thing at the time. And he came with them bangers, you know what I'm saying? He came with them bangers. And one of the things about Brother DMX, he gave you that energy. He started spitting that flow with them hardcore beats, and he kind of put that extra pep in your walk. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you could be anywhere in New York City and hear some of these tracks. You know, it's like it changed your whole spirit, your whole attitude, your whole way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? And he made me feel like a little something extra.
Okay.
So if I had a problem with somebody, I'm gonna keep it 100. You know what I'm saying?
You listen to DMX?
Sometimes. Oh, yeah?
Hey, can I get a question? Can I ask y'all about DMX real quick?
All right, then keep stepping. We don't need you no way. You dig? Yeah, but anyway, you know what I'm saying? X gave you that vibration, that spirit. You know what I'm saying? That energy. And he made sure that when Tupac had broke out, he picked up and camelback off a lot of that energy. See? And this is what hip hop is about. It's about the energy. We need to feel that vibration. All right? So the Apollo Theater right here, everybody that came on that stage and made it, they came with that energy. They came with the essence of what that African drum is supposed to be about. You know what I'm saying? I recall back when Khalid, get him over there.
Yeah. No, let me get that.
We're doing a DMX
I wanna get the
tribute.
people- Let's stand more. I think they're.
Peace to the God.
Let's stand more in the middle, Red, because they might be more willing.
All right, I'm here with a legend. All right, my brother Corey, Peace King. How's everything? I just want to know the impact that DMX had in your life, and if you have any words for his legacy. Look. Yeah.
He was a great king.
Right.
May he move on. He lived it.
Right.
He left his memories out here for the old, for the old and for the new.
That's right.
But if old legends got to carry it on, that's so be it.
That's
right. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
I'm gonna miss him indeed.
No doubt.
I'm gonna miss him indeed. He just had to go home.
No doubt. Thank you, King.
No
I
doubt.
appreciate it, brother.
Appreciate you. All right. No doubt. There you go.
That's what's up.
That's right. Indeed. Yo, get them for the interview? Yeah. So, as y'all can see, Harlem is out here strong today. You know what I mean?
We out here in Harlem.
Harlem is
We out here in
strong.
Harlem.
Thank you, King.
All right, brother. Take care, brother.
Harlem is
Take care,
out
brother.
here.
All right.
You know, they representing the gourd.
They want to talk to rap here, but they want to be on camera.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people don't want to be on camera, and I respect that. I don't want. Sir, can we ask you a question real quick?
DMX, what's happening?
Yeah. So we out here in Harlem. Want to talk to the people, talk to Red Pill, kick it with him. We about to do some filming on the camera, so I'm not gonna be on here too much longer. Give me a question, y'all, for Red. Give me a question. We got about 1,700 people in the chat room right now.
Shout out to the chat room.
Yeah, shout out to the chat room. We got about 1,700 people. I appreciate everybody in the chat. Give me a question for Red before we get out of here. I gotta get some footage from Nova and a couple other, a couple other things. So, give me a question for Red before we get out of here, family. We about to get out of here live from Harlem, 125th. If just in case anybody want to know, across the street from the Apollo Theater.
Where you was coming from?
All right. Somebody asked, why do so many celebrities ascend from drug overdose, Red?
Why?
Yes.
Because, a lot of them.
I want you to stand so the piece.
A lot of them have dependencies and whatnot. Whether it's through the opiates, you had MJ and other people doing. They were addicted to the opiates based off of, medical conditions and things of that nature. And then you have some of the other artists. There's been artists that have been losing their lives because of bad health. Their health have been failing them. I could think back to Phife Dawg. I could think back to MF Doom. I could think back to Heavy D and a few other of those and whatnot. So, I don't know too many rappers, though, that died of overdoses. You know what I'm saying? Not too many. Maybe some of the younger artists. But I can't really point out.
It's a lot of I guess they, even recently, right?
Them niggas getting shot. A lot of the rappers
Juice
that I know.
He had all them drugs.
Well, he
Not
OD'd.
just him, but I'm just saying.
He slipped up and you got Mac Miller. You got Fredo Santana with the lean and whatnot.
Yeah.
So the lean is
even
serious.
Prince, they said Prince died from a drug.
Yeah, the Fetty and whatnot.
They said Mike J. They blame the drug overdose on all ends,
Right. Well, know that pharmacopoeia, we are under a chemical war right now. That has to be addressed, the chemical war in our neighborhood. People want to overstep shit and talk about black mental health and other things. There's a chemical war in the motherfucking hood that was launched in the hood in the 60s after our people rised up. There's a lot of documentaries that have been rolling out that are trying their best to show you what the hell happened. Go and watch Crack on Netflix. It's a documentary on the crack era, and they'll explain to you after our people woke up and rised up and began to shake these people off of them. They dropped a bomb that was called heroin, and then after that they dropped a bomb. It was called crack on the hood, and people are still suffering from that. And it has mushroomed into opiate addiction, pills, lean, and all of this other shit. That's a gateway. That's a result of the crack era.
One more question, Red. They want to know, how should we respond collectively to the widespread use of celebrities as pawns to reel our people in? This is from the Douglas Ford.
With the whole vax thing?
They didn't mention vax. They just say using celebrities as pawns. But I guess that's the latest example of the using them as pawns. But
I mean, celebrities are pawns naturally. They're owned. If you see somebody that's signed to Columbia, signed to Sony, my nigga, that means that they're owned. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out that their likeness, their image, everything is owned and controlled, right? And they're being forced to put out certain type of images, certain type of messages, and certain type of other things. One of the things that I can say about DMX is the fact that he fought against a lot of the things that were in the quote-unquote industry, the fakeness that the industry represents. When you interview people, what are they saying? He was relatable because he was real. He was relatable because he was transparent. He was relatable because he was open about his addiction and all of the demons and the things that he was facing. Like that's not an industry agenda, my nigga. He did not sell drugs to your babies. That's the industry agenda. You know what I'm talking about? To tell babies to come out here and sell them their bodies and their souls and whatnot. He was telling you what's the outfall. The outcome of selling your soul. What's the fallout of selling your soul for some fucking fame that doesn't mean anything and the shit is not tangible? In this new attention economy, everybody is told, nigga, touch your toes and sell out for attention. Little Nas X, make a spectacle of yourself and sell out for some likes. Attention is the new economy and they're addicted to it. You dig what I'm saying? A brother like X, he wasn't a clout chaser. I ain't see him doing too much for attention. He didn't put on the shiny suits. He wasn't all in the camera dancing in niggas' videos and whatnot. To be honest with you, he was trying to keep a low profile. When they put the camera on him, he was like, chill, I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
That episode with the Fix Your Life, that was horrible. That was sad. That shouldn't even have come out. It was too much. You know what I mean? But they'll make a spectacle of you when you don't have all of your faculties. When you out there slipping, one of the things that I'll tell anybody on this line, put the crack pipe down, put the needle down, put the lean down, put all of it down. You don't want to be in these streets or in them 4 rooms in your bedroom fucking around with these chemicals, because the chemicals have taken out more giants than the bullets. And we're not outraged about that. We still supporting the drug dealers. We're still pushing what's the nigga, Nicky Barnes and all of them as our heroes, our coming of age heroes. They still got them on thrones, and they help perpetuate the downfall of our people. They are the feds. They work with the feds. They in bed with the feds. That's why when they get knocked and whatnot, all they do is debrief the feds. They're not snitching. They're debriefing. You know what I'm talking about? They're agents.
Indeed. Listen, family, you about to get out here. I want to touch with Nova real quick before we get down. I'm about to get out of here. Well, I'm gonna have the camera on. We about to start filming on that.
Okay.
We about to start filming on the camera, family. But as far as the live, we about to get out of here. Appreciate everybody for being in the chat. This should go right directly right now. Anything else we do, I'll upload later today. But family, good having y'all out here, 125th Harlem. I'm gonna see y'all later.
It's alive again.
Peace.
Right? All of them trying to come back.